Good evening, everybody. How are we doing this evening? If you just joined, please, by all means, say hi to me in the comment section, right? So I usually join earlier than 9 so that we can interact before we start the conversations properly. All right. So if you've been joining us, you know that every Saturday we come on here and we just basically have conversations bordering around personal development, how to improve yourself. All right? So it's important, that you find time to join us. And I also mentioned that like I have a growth community, is a very little growth community. So that way we're growing with each other, right? I'm trying to build a community where, we're dependable, we're helping ourselves grow, we're learning from each other. You're seeing like growth partners who you're growing with, right? So my name is Sunshine Chikeze. For the persons who are just meeting me for the first time, thank you so much for joining my life. Like I said, if you're just joining, say hi to me in the comment section, in the broadcast. Just say hi, say anything, and I would respond to you. We had a fantastic time last week. What did we even talk about? What did we talk about last week? Right, but I know we had an interesting time, conversing last week. In fact, we had to even answer questions that were not, part of the conversation. Right. So this week we have something else to talk about, and it's going to be a fantastic time talking. So fasten your seatbelts. But before that, find where your notepad is and your pen and your jotter, whatever you're going to be using, to jot things down. I'm going to flow today. I don't have a lot of notes. I just put a few things together, on my tiny notes so that it will just guide my train of thoughts. Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I am fine. Thank you. Hello, Beast Mode. Hi. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Aishan. Hello, everybody. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can ask me anything and I'm going to answer you. Hello. Hi, thank you for joining. Tomorrow, Rahul, Lefini, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I appreciate you guys for joining. Just keep saying hi. English, yes, I speak English. All right, thank you so much. Oh, love from Nigeria, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Can ask me anything. We're supposed to start the session by 9 p.m. and the conversation is bordering around how to move from just knowing things to doing. A lot of persons know stuff, but procrastination doesn't let them go ahead with execution. That's what we want to talk about today. Love from India. Where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. Yes, I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian girl. Please don't forget to take out 1 minute of your time to subscribe, right? Subscribe, like. I would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it if you just subscribe to my channel and like this live session. Like, it will mean so much, to me. Aishan is asking if what are you asking? Are you asking if I'm in a relationship or not? I need to get your question right so that I can answer. Shout out to the 33 persons who have joined my live. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and just sit still. We're about to have a fantastic conversation. Somebody's asking my age. I am 28 years old. All right, I'm 28. Okay. Thank you. Relationship advice. Okay. So what do you need advice on? That is not our conversation this evening, but what do you need advice on? I can find time to do that. I was able to advise somebody last week, right? On something totally different from what we're talking about. So what relationship advice or relationship question do you need an advice on? I mean, we could work something out. Please do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would genuinely appreciate it. Am I married? No. I'm not married. I'm not married. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, so what's the time now so that we can begin this conversation proper? Okay, 3 more minutes to 9 p.m. I want to start the conversation at 9, on the dot, but we can just chat. Okay, hello, Gabriel. Thank you so much. Hello, Bollywood. Thank you, everybody who is joining. Thank you. Just say something to me in the comment section. Let me know that you are here. Please say something to me in the comment section. Let me know that you're here, and do not forget to please, I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you, subscribe to my YouTube channel. This evening we're about to have a conversation on how a person can move from just knowing things to actually doing. A lot of us have procrastination issues. We just basically know a lot of things we always want to do, but because of one distraction or the other, we're not able to, actualize our goals. Oh, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Alex. Should I sing for you? I'm not such a good singer. But Alex Alejandro, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex Alejandro, right? Happy birthday to you. I wish you a lot of beautiful things, that life brings. I wish you long life. I wish you all of the best. All right. Thank you. Okay, let me read this. What to do when both girl and boy love each other, but due to family pressure, neither of them can confess, but they are so authentic with each other. And in 2 months, we're going to be in different places. Family knows each other. We're really good close friends, but not confessing, and the relationship might get ruined, right? So the thing is, Aisha, I don't know where you're from, but the thing is that you need your family's blessing. That's just there's really no way we can hide from it. You need your family's blessing. I think that at this point there needs to be a conversation between you and your parents and the person and their parents or their family members. There has to be a conversation. They need to understand that we're building something. Okay, you're from India, fantastic. So they need to understand that you both are building something. It should be easy, especially because you're 19. So what is the age, for getting married or for getting into a relationship? What is the right age? That's also another thing to look at. Your parents, do they subscribe to the idea of being in a relationship at 19? Both parents, you have to look at all of these things. Love is not always enough. Do you understand? There can be rush of adrenaline, emotions, and all of that, but love is not always enough. I'm telling you the truth. Do you understand? So if you're 19 and the person is maybe 18 or 20, right? And your family, they don't consent to it, you guys might have to chill. I mean, give it 2 more years, give it 3 more years. Do you understand? You need to ask them, why don't you people want us to be in this thing? Or if they are not aware, you need to share with them. If both families already know each other, hey Jay, if both families already know each other, I don't think it should be a problem. Okay, we're both quite academically driven, and he will be moving out of the state of Indian. Okay. So there has to be conversation. That's why I said love is not enough. Do you understand? There has to be a lot of talking to do, a lot of communication to do, a lot of information. Do you understand? So both you and the person, families, everybody needs to sit still and have a conversation and look at the things that can pose as a barrier. Because just like I said, love and emotions are not enough. You people can make a decision. Hello, games gamer. You people can make a decision that will ruin your tomorrow, and you would even regret that you people, fell in love or something like that. Do you understand? So if your families know that you both are good friends, then it's very easy. It's very, 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 very easy. So you people should talk about it. You talk to your parents, tell him to talk to his parents or tell her to talk to her parents. This is you already know this person. This person, our families, we already know ourselves. Do you understand? So it should be a great place to build a relationship. It shouldn't be a problem. Do you understand? Then you ask them, do they have any issues with the both of you starting something maybe in the future? Hear from them. No. Ruin your friendship how? To your parents or to each other? I need to understand. Confessing might ruin our best friendship how? Is it that the families would stop you both from being friends? I need to understand that. Do you understand? And this is still a case of mind. When you have not asked a question, the answer is going to keep being no. How do you know that is going to ruin your best friendship? You don't know that. It might and it might not. The only way to get the answer is to initiate a conversation. And you don't even have to ask the question outrightly. You can ask it indirectly. Do you understand? You can ask your parents like, oh, what do you even think about me and this person settling down tomorrow? Like, these people are our family friends. You don't even have to say that, oh, we are building something yet, or oh, we like ourselves and we want to build something. You can ask your parents that this person is our family friend, this family, what do you think? How about, what if we get married tomorrow? Do you see us getting married tomorrow? What do you think about this person? Hear their thoughts, hear what they think. You might be wrong. You might be wrong. Things might get awkward between who and who? You and your best friend or both families? I need to understand the case scenario here. Good evening. I need to understand the case scenario. Things might get awkward between who and who? You and your best friend or both families? I need to answer you quickly so that I will jump into what we have for today. It's already past 9. I'm supposed to start our teaching today by 9. Aishan, I don't know if you're still there, so that I can just round up with talking with you. Right? If it's for you and your best friend, you guys have to, for you and your best friend, you guys have to outrightly say what you want for yourselves. You people are 19. You people are adults. You people have to say what you want for yourselves. Do you want something else? Is it you that is catching extra feelings for the person? Let the person know, what do you think about being in a relationship, or should we just continue to be best friends? Listen, you can never get a yes answer if you don't ask a question. The answer will remain no, whether it's from the part of your family or from the part of the best friend. You have to ask a question. That's just the truth. Reach out to the person. You guys should have a conversation. You don't know. Maybe the person likes you as much as you like them. Maybe they also want to be in a relationship with you and they've been, just nursing the thoughts. If you make the move, it could be a yes. What's the worst that can happen? A no, but I mean, you already got an answer. Is that not true? So I think that's just basically it, Aisha. All right, so I hope that helps. All right, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad that my little answer helped. I'm not so much of a relationship person, but I know that matters of the heart can be very sensitive, and if it's not handled with care, it can be a problem. So a lot of talking has to be done. Both of you sit down, if it's just for you and your bestie, or if it's between the both families, you guys sit down, ask questions. Sometimes it can just be indirectly to just pick people's brains and just understand their train of thoughts about a particular relationship. Do you understand? Because just like I mentioned earlier, love is not always enough. I'm telling you, some decisions that people make out of love and emotions, life just ruins it later, and you regret not sitting down to ask yourself very critical questions. Oh no, I have never been to India. I've never been to India. All right, let us jump into what we have for today. Okay, yes, I will try and visit sometime in the future, right? So thank you. Do well to subscribe, by the way. So we're looking at today we're looking at how to move from just knowing to doing. I've talked a lot about relationships today. We're switching to our topic for today. All right. So we're moving from, how to move from just knowing to doing. And it's a problem for a lot of young people. Young people, we are no longer in the era where we tell young people you have to get this information. I mean, information is now at the tip of the fingers of every person. If you have a smartphone now and you have data connection, you have access to Google. And Google, everything that you need, every knowledge that you need, at least the introduction, is on Google. All right, you have access to a lot of information regarding career, building yourself, anything at all, right? So information is no longer the problem. Knowing things, having knowledge about things, being knowledgeable about things is no longer the problem. You can go on Coursera and take a course. You can go on Udemy and take a course. You can do and whatever with information, with getting information, right? The problem is now leveraging that information. That is the problem. The problem is now doing something with that information. That is the problem. And that is where a lot of us get hooked. Oh, I want to do a project, but I don't know how to go about it. Oh, I have this vision in my head, but I don't know how to go about it. Oh, I have this idea in my head, but I don't know how to go about it. That's what we want to talk about, because we need to understand that if that information keeps staying in your head and you don't do anything about it, that information is not potent, is not powerful. It is applied information that is powerful. Any information that is not applied is not powerful. 2025 is coming. Oh yeah, I remember our topic for last week. We talked about how to start planning for 2025 early enough. That's what we discussed last week. 2025 is coming. We don't want to repeat the same process of just procrastinating things that we're supposed to do this year. We have moved it again to 2025. That's why we need to understand how to move from just knowing things to doing things. And as usual, this live session is not going to last so long. So pay attention to some of the things I'm going to be talking about this evening. And the first thing that you need to understand is that there has to be a thing that you want to do. There has to be a thing that you want to do. It can be, maybe you need scholarships. Maybe you want to apply for your master's abroad. That's a thing that you want to do. Maybe there's a project that you're working on. Maybe just like me, because I'm going to be using myself as an example a lot of times, right? Because this is a template that also works for me. Maybe just like me, you have an NGO and there are projects that you need to do. Maybe you need to improve yourself in a particular area or the other. Choose something that you want to work on in 2025. What is that thing that you want to do? You have to identify that thing first. That's a good place to start. When you identify that thing that you want to do, then we can start talking. If you don't have any idea of the things or maybe the projects or some of the things that you need to achieve or do for yourself in 2025, this is not for you. This is not for you. But if you already have a goal, if you already have a dream, you already have a vision, you already have a project in something as little as even doing well in your studies, as little as even improving your grades, that's something to look forward to. That's a goal to look forward to in 2025, when you already have it at the back of your mind that this is what I need to work on. But the problem is actually working on it. Then we can have a conversation. All right, so if you've not figured that out, you write it. What is the one goal I am setting to, I'm setting for myself to make sure that I actualize in 2025? Put it down. It can be anything. It can even be marriage. It can even be, upgrading how you look. It can be anything. I'm just giving the tiniest examples. It can even be starting a dance lesson. It can be anything. When you already have that somewhere written down, the second thing now is to what? Visualize. Visualizing works for me a lot. So for me, I have an NGO, right? And every year we do projects for young boys, right? So it's either a school tours that we go for, it's a conference, just a thing, maybe even a skill acquisition, anything. But I have to decide what is the one thing that we're going to be doing this year or next year. So if it's a school tour, when I have figured out that, okay, this is what I want to start with, or this is where I want to start with, the next thing I do is go into my head, begin to visualize. In my head, I have everything planned out. I see everything, everything becomes achievable in my head. Sometimes when you're looking at how ambiguous some of the things, some of the projects or the tasks that you want to carry out is, it can overwhelm you. You're asking yourself, how am I going to do this? Where is the money going to come from? Who is going to support me? There can be a lot of challenges with plannings and everything. But in your head, you don't need all of those plannings and financial this and that to make it work. You can make it work in your head with visualizing. I see myself, visualizing going to these schools, talking to the school management. I plan it in my head. How I move, how many team members I move with, I'm closing my eyes, I'm visualizing, because you don't need money to visualize. You don't need money to paint pictures. You don't need doing this. You don't need so much. All you need is yourself and your imagination and your ability to, make that thing that looks like a mountain become something that is very, very achievable. So you begin to paint the picture, whatever it is. I'm just using myself as an example and projects that I do, right? Ask myself, how many team members am I going with? You begin to see them in your mind. How many schools do you want to go to? Right? Do you want to go to 10 schools? Do you want to go to 20 schools? So how do you begin? You see yourself drafting out the letters. You see yourself moving, to the schools to submit the letters. You see the school management accepting the letters and telling you to come back and giving you a date to come back to meet their students, to meet their boys. You begin to see all of these things. You see yourself outlining the people that are going to talk to the students, depending on how many schools. You see yourself reaching out to all of these things. You are by the time you plan it from beginning to end and it works out in your mind, it has worked out. In fact, that's where all of the plannings happen. It has worked out. And this, you can apply it to whatever it is that you're working on in 2025. And after that, after you're done visualizing and you have seen it work in your mind, the next thing is to come outside and commit yourself, to now bring it to pass. That's the next thing. How do I do that? How do I now commit myself to this particular goal now? I reach out to people that believe in me. I reach out to people that are going to keep me accountable. I reach out to a mentor I say, I have this idea in mind. People that I know that they will not rest until that thing starts happening. You have some of those people in your life. You have them. One of my friends, in fact, my friend and me, selling all of them, they are divine. I'll just say, this is what I have. Oh, this is the idea that I have at the back of my mind. And before you know what's happening, they are fueling you. They're telling you, okay, so when do you want to do it? Give us a time and give us a date. How do you want to go about it? Before you know what is happening, you're brainstorming ideas with these people. These are the people that are going to keep you accountable to that thing and make you stay committed through with the process and stay true to the process. Another way you can commit is also to set up a team. To set up a team. That's another way you can commit, because there's no going back. If you set up a team, there's no going back. Sometimes when I want to do some things and maybe I'm dragging my leg, the best way to do it is just set up a team. Get 2 or 3 people that are going to be on your neck. oh, when are we doing this? Or when are we starting this? I'm telling you, if maybe what you want to do is to improve your reading life, you can set up a team, people who love to read, that can say, when are we reading this? What book are we reading? How can we get it? People that are going to be on your case. Sometimes the reason why you are lazy about is because you have not set up any accountability system. No accountability system whatsoever. Set up an accountability system. People that are going to be on your matter, on your case, people that believe in you, people that see you, they see these things, they see that this person, you just need an extra push. And then the next thing, after you have set up this accountability team or accountability system or mechanism, anything you want to call it, the next thing is now to create a plan on how to go about this goal. And the best way for me is to break it into tiny bits. Because another reason why most people give up on things is because, just like I said, it looks like a mountain. It doesn't look achievable. It looks too big. By the time you look at it and you ask yourself questions like, how do I do this? You give up already. But you can break that thing down into tiny steps. I'm using myself as an example, right? Take, for instance, we're using school tours, like visiting schools, as case scenario. If you just look at the fact that, oh, we want to visit 20 schools in 2025, your brain can receive it as a very huge task and maybe want to talk you out of it. But you can break it into tiny steps. What's the first thing that you need to do? What's the first thing that we need to do in this entire process of having 20 schools now? School tours. What's the first thing that we need to do? The first thing is to even research the schools that you want to go to and write it down. That's a tiny step. By the time you take that step, you are pumped to want to take another one, because there's a rewarding system. The brain, when you do something, you're happy that you were able to achieve something, you want to do another thing. That's why I like to break down things, in very, very tiny steps. Write down the names of the schools. Begin to ask around. Do research. How many schools are in this area? How many schools are in this area? In fact, not only how many schools are in this area, how many schools are in this area who need the service I want to provide. What kind of schools do you want to go to? Do you want to go to private schools? Do you want to go to public schools? What kind of schools? Don't forget that we're using me as a template, so you can apply this in whatever area you want, whatever goal you want to achieve. Do you understand? Whatever thing you're looking at doing next year. Don't forget that we're looking at how to move from just knowing things to actually doing things. Right? So you break it down into tiny pieces. If you begin to research the names of schools, the names of that, the names of this one, by the time you're done compiling the names of the schools, you breathe in. You say, I've ticked off this one from my to-do list. On to the next one. The next one might now be trying to find how to write the letters. It will be the next one to draft a particular template that will guide you with all of the letters. Or to just draft a particular letter that all you need to do is to change the names of the schools. That could be the second thing that you would do. Yes. By the time you do this one, you see how in tiny, tiny bits, and you're just smashing the goals one at a time, you are happy, you are excited to want to do more. When it looks very much like a mountain, it will look insurmountable for you. It will look like something that you cannot achieve until you are able to see that, no, there's a better way to do this thing. Let's break it down and let's take it one step at a time. That's the only way it's going to work. That's the way it's been working for me. I'm just rolling out my templates for you guys. Right? So like I said, create a plan on how to do it and then break these plans into tiny bits. When you're done writing the letters, the next thing might just be asking around or checking Google to find the address of the schools. Where are these schools located? Where? The next thing might just be, you already have a team. Asking your team, so pick a date. When can we go and submit these letters to these various schools? You can divide your team depending on how many you people are. You people, 2 people go to how many schools, 2 people go to how many schools, and before you know what is happening, you've already shared the letters. There's no going back again. There's no going back. That's why I said one step at a time. There's no going back again. Right? By the time you people are done sending the letters to the schools will now give you a date to come. Have we not finished planning our school tour? We are finished now. We're finished. When the schools give you a date, you now begin to draft topics. You now reach out to the guests. You now plan movement. How do you people go? You are finished though. But you see, just saying to yourself that I want to go to 20 schools, your brain is trying to put it together. How will this thing work? Especially for somebody who has not done it before. It's not looking doable. So you can talk yourself out of doing things. You can talk yourself out of doing things. Right? So yeah. So this is creating, you're finished creating this plan step by step on how to go about doing this thing. The last step is do it. Go ahead and do it. When it comes to execution, sometimes we now start developing cold feet and we now start saying, you know what? I'm not going to do it again. I'm not doing it again. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Developing cold feet and talking yourself out of things, that's not the mindset for 2025. I'm telling you. We have to decide, we have to agree that we're going to make things work. Things have to work. Things have to work. The last phase is to what? Actually do it. Go ahead. You see that plan that you have made, you have broken it down into tiny pieces. Begin to take action. Make that call. Write down, do that research. Write down the names of those schools. Reach out to the team members. Start doing. Don't allow procrastination or developing cold feet to talk you out of the necessary things that you need to do to move your life forward in 2025. If you don't do it for yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. You are the only one that can make things work with the help of God. All right? So this is how I move from the place of just overthinking things to actually doing. This is how I move from the place of just knowing things to actually doing. Yes. If you follow these templates that I just gave in this live session now, trust me, you'll come back and tell me, Sunshine, oh, it worked. Sunshine, it worked. This is what I have been using for all of the projects that I've been able to do so far with myself and my NGO and my team. This is how we've been doing it. Copy and paste in any area of life that you want to just move from just thinking to doing, move from just knowing to doing. All right? So let's just do a little what's that thing called? Recap. Recap. Right? I said that the first thing is actually knowing what you want to do. You have to decide, what is that one thing that you want to achieve? What do you want to do? What is that goal? What are you planning? What do you want to improve? There has to be a thing that you really want to do that maybe you have been procrastinating, or maybe you've just been getting knowledge on, you have not actually done anything about it, and you want to start doing something about it. Get that thing, write it down. And I said that the second thing that you need to do is to visualize, see it work out in your head. It has to work out in your mind. Painting the picture does not require you to pay any money. You don't pay money to visualize and paint things. You don't pay money to imagine. You imagine, they break it down into tiny steps. the entire process, the blueprint, let it work out in your head. Yes, let it work out in your head. And when you're done with that, I said, commit to it by getting people involved. People that are not going to rest until you start taking steps. I said another thing that you can do also to show that you've started committing to this plan or to carrying out this plan and executing it is to get a team, 2, 3, 4 persons. Sell the idea to them, bring them on board. There's no going back. There's no going back. When you have sold the idea to them, bring them on board, there is no going back. All right? After committing to it, what's the next thing that I said that you should do? I said, now plan the to-do. How do we go about this? And I said, don't just look at it like it's a big deal. Break it down into tiny steps. If the first thing that you need to do is put a call across to people, write it as step number 1. When you are done with putting calls across to those people, tick it off as, oh, I've done this. You'll be so excited to do the next thing. I don't care if it's up to 20 steps. Start ticking it off. Step 1, step 2, step 3. 1 step at a time. Write it down. Plan the entire process. That thing that you saw in your head, put it on paper. That's the planning. What's the last thing I talked about? Do. Execute. There's no other way to say it. Do it. The thing that you have written down, the thing that you have visualized, it's time to do it. Don't get cold feet. Don't think of procrastinating. Actually go ahead to do it. And if you're able to just walk around these things that I just talked about now, you'll come back to this life and you tell me, oh, Sunshine, it worked. All right. And I hope that this helped you, or this will help you in, just moving from just knowing things or just overthinking things to doing. Nobody is going to do it for you. You have to take a step to actually do things for yourself. All right. And I just hope that you learned a thing or two from this conversation that we just had right now. All right. I told you earlier that we have a small community, a good community that you can be part of, it. And if you want to be part of it, please, by all means, just drop it in the comment section. I am going to see it and somehow reach out to you, or my PA is somewhere around, and she's going to see it and we're going to reach out to you and bring you on board. All right. So thank you so much. I do not want this live session to last longer than necessary. That's why I usually start early enough so that I will just converse with people before we get into the main topic of discourse. So thank you so much, every one person who joined and engaged me this evening, from Aishan to Oluchi to Gamer, everybody, Jay, everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Gabriel, Alex Vista, thank you so much. Bollywood, thank you so much. Bot, Loris, thank you so much. Like tomorrow, a lot of names that I can't even pronounce. Hello, thank you for joining in. I appreciate you. And if you're watching this afterwards, please by all means try as much as you can to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will mean so much to me. Okay, hopefully we'll do this again next week Saturday. Bye.